Hey, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review for you. Let's talk about the 2025 film Novocaine in its new 4K edition. Jack Quaid, Amber Midthunder, Ray Nicholson, Betty Gabriel, Matt Walsh, Jacob Batalon. This is a really good cast in a movie that I surprisingly enjoyed. I actually wanted to see it in the theater, but I think it played here for about a week. Dan Burke and Robert Olson directed this movie. They haven't done a whole lot. They did Stakeland 2, which was okay, and a few other small things. But this had an $18 million budget, went on to gross $34 million, so not a big hit, but made some money, and kind of wish we'd see more. To describe this movie, I would describe it like, say, a Baby Driver. You have a sweet romance going on in the middle of a Quentin Tarantino kind of movie. The movie is about Jack Quaid's character, Nathan Kane, who got the nickname in school Novocaine because he's got a genetic disorder. He cannot feel pain. He has little stoppers on all of his pencils. He's got tennis balls on the edges of his desk. He drinks milkshakes because if he eats all his food, he may bite his tongue off and not realize it. He cannot feel pain in any way, shape, or form. There's a really cute scene with the girl he wants to date. She pours coffee on his hand. She's like, "Oh my God, I burned you." And he's like, "Oh no, really, it's okay." They play with that. You see it a lot in the trailer. But fortunately, they didn't give away some of the best things that happen in the film. The movie takes about 30 minutes to get going, but in all honesty, you have to have that kind of introduction and get to know these characters a little bit before you would follow along with the rest of the hour and 40-minute long movie. Basically, he is a bank assistant manager. They get robbed, and this girl that he wants to be his girlfriend gets kidnapped. He decides, you know what? If nobody else is going to do it, I'm going to go get her back. He steals a police car, and off he goes against these really hardened criminals. There's some plot twists along the way, but most of the movie plays out as you expect. Jack Quaid is incredibly likable and plays the role really well. He's not playing the same character from The Boys. He's doing something a little different here, and it fits, especially with the things he has to worry about, and that he stops worrying about these things to protect the girl that he thinks he loves. How that romance plays out, how the action plays out, is the meat and bones of the movie, and I enjoyed the ride. This is not the best movie you're going to see this year, but if you want to see an action comedy that has some really brutal violence, but also a sweet center, this is a good movie. Novocaine had a limited edition steelbook from Amazon. I pre-ordered it because, like I said, the movie played here a week, and I didn't get a chance to see it. Rotten Tomatoes, it had pretty good reviews on there, and I got to say, I really enjoyed the movie. I would rewatch it again because it's something you can watch with other people. But big warning, it's rated R for a reason. The violence is in your face, and a lot of it is practical. Most of it is practical. To give you one example of just a cringy scene, he's in handcuffs. He has to get out of the handcuffs. He holds his hand up right in front of the camera and breaks his thumb back, pulls his hand out, and then pops it back into place. If that kind of stuff grosses you out, you're going to see a lot of that kind of stuff. He's going to get a knife through the hand when he tries to catch something, that kind of thing. There's a lot of that cringe-worthy gore that happens in the movie, but it fits. They did it all practically, which is one of the best things about it. And that, again, you have this likable character who's learning that he could do some of these things. And yeah, he's putting his life in danger, but on the flip side, he's got a reason to put his life in danger. I thought the acting was good all around. You've got some solid actors in the film. And in the end, I actually, the very ending, I thought it was realistic and well done, and I would like to see a sequel. They probably won't make one, and this is a standalone story. It doesn't need a sequel, but to spend more time with these likable characters would be fun, and that's one of the best things I could say about a movie when you're done with it. I'd like to see what happens to these people, a year or two down the road. So anyway, Novocaine, from beginning to end, it was entertaining. I caution you that it does have some serious violence, but it's a romantic comedy action movie with some pretty hardcore practical effects and violence, like reaching into a hot fryer, where they're cooking French fries or whatever, to pick a gun out and then showing the hand what happens with all that fry oil and stuff on it. But he's feeling no pain. If those kind of scenes don't bother you, then I think you're going to have a lot of fun with Novocaine. It's available on streaming services on Blu-ray and 4K here in the U.S. It gets a pretty high recommendation. Again, it probably won't make best films of the year, but you got to have some of these popcorn films. And in the end, this was like a baby driver. It was just something fun. The action's well done and practical. And in the end, I enjoyed it. So check out Novocaine, available now. Scott, I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts on the way. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a spectacular day.